Point of order, Chris Bryant.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. Can you help me? I may have inadvertently misled the House earlier on today when I said in the point of order that the Prime Minister was intending to correct the record on what he said yesterday regarding whether Roman Abramovich has or has not been sanctioned. He said yesterday that he had. I think he admits now that he hasn't. I was told by one of his PPSs yesterday afternoon that he was going to write to me and that there will be an apology. I gather a version of the Prime Minister's apology was submitted a while ago for clarification, as is standard practice for ministers, but I gather that's now been withdrawn. So he was going to correct the record, but now he's correcting the record by not correcting the record. Can you confirm that that's the case?
I thank the honourable gentleman for his point of order. To be perfectly honest, I'm having difficulty grasping what the actual question is, and because the honourable gentleman has asked me to confirm something, I would have to be absolutely certain what it was I was confirming before I could say that I was confirming it. But this is a very serious matter, and I want to make sure that we get the facts correct. I'm told that there is now a written ministerial statement which has been published and is available online. It might be that that contains the information for which the honourable gentleman is searching. I'm quite sure that if the record requires to be corrected, that the honourable gentleman, that the right honourable gentleman, the Prime Minister, will have it corrected. Further to that point of order?
I just wonder whether this is the correct procedure for a minister. That normally we have a specific procedure in the House for correcting the record, which is only available to ministers. So it would seem very odd to have sent forward a correction of the record through the standard process and now suddenly to divert off down a completely different route, which is a written ministerial statement. And my understanding was that written ministerial statements were normally announced in advance rather than suddenly sprung on the House.
Well, I do understand the point that the honourable gentleman is making, and there does seem to be some confusion. My understanding is that the written ministerial statement, which the honourable gentleman is suggesting has been withdrawn, has not been withdrawn, but that it is stands. Does that help the honourable gentleman?
No, sorry, Madam Deputy Speaker, it doesn't. I think, as I understand it, earlier this afternoon during this debate, the Prime Minister submitted a correction to the record, as is a standard process for a minister to do. When they've misled the House inadvertently, they correct the record. So far as I'm aware, it's the first time that the Prime Minister has chosen to do so. Hurrah. What I understand you now to be saying is that instead of correcting the record, which is the standard proper process for a minister, he's decided instead to table a written ministerial statement. As I understand it, written ministerial statements are only meant to be tabled when they've been announced in advance on the order paper. And so, as far as I'm aware, that's not available.
Now I understand the point that the honourable gentleman is making, but I have to say that I think it's better that I tell the truth to the House. I am not aware of exactly what this situation is. I will immediately, by the methods which are available to me, find out precisely what the situation is, because I do, and I notice that the government front bench is agreeing with me. It's very important that the information that is available to the House, to the Chamber, and more widely is correct and accurate. So I have a great appreciation of the point made by the honourable gentleman, and I want to make sure that the information that I give to the House is accurate, and as I don't have it at my fingertips, I will find it and announce it to the House as soon as I possibly can. Now, where were we?
Sometime later.
Alison Hewlis.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. I'm sorry that you got drawn into such a Python-esque sketch show there, but it is indicative of some of the situation that I feel that we are in with the government today. They are absolutely all over the place on this issue. And